Welcome back to Sophisticated Simplicity, the podcast where we dissect the hidden games behind office doors. Today, we're diving into something every professional faces but few admit to: office politics, rivalries, and the silent, subtle war for promotions. Let's be honest. If you think hard work alone will get you ahead, you're playing checkers, while everyone else is playing chess. Promotions aren't just about results. They're about how people perceive those results. It's not always the most qualified person who gets ahead. It's often the most visible. Picture this. An open promotion surfaces in your department. No formal announcement, but you can feel the tension shift. Suddenly, people who rarely spoke up are offering insights in meetings. Projects that once felt beneath certain colleagues are now great learning opportunities. Even casual hallway conversations seem just a little more performative. You've seen it. Maybe you've even done it. And then there's that one person, the rival, the one whose name floats around in the same circles as yours. They're strategic, methodical. You catch them dropping subtle reminders to the boss about their accomplishments. "Oh, by the way, I wrapped up that client project ahead of schedule. Just a heads up." Harmless, right? But over time, those little nudges build a narrative. They're not shouting for attention. They're orchestrating it. So, how do you counter this? Not by louder plays, but by quieter ones. Let them play the showman. You play the puppeteer. Start by identifying the key influencers, people who aren't directly part of the decision, but whisper into the ears of those who are. Maybe it's that senior colleague who has your boss's ear, or the project manager who attends leadership meetings. Make yourself useful to them. When leadership eventually asks, "Who's ready for the next step?" they'll hear your name from more than one mouth. Now, here's a classic situation. Your rival hijacks credit during a team meeting. They outline everything they contributed. Brushing over your role, instead of getting defensive, lean into it. "Mark really pulled the team through during that project. I was glad to support by handling the back-end data and logistics. Kept things moving." You're reinforcing your involvement without begging for acknowledgement. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when emotions flare, bury them. One of the biggest mistakes people make in corporate rivalries is revealing their hand too soon. Frustrated that your contributions went unnoticed? Let it go, externally, but quietly sharpen the blade. If your rival gets praised for leading a project, analyze what they didn't do. Were they visible but disorganized? Were they great at meetings but absent in day-to-day execution? That gap is where you strike. This is about playing the long game. Strategic alliances are everything. But, and here's the catch, they don't need to know their alliances. People love feeling needed. Ask for their insights, consult them on small decisions. You're feeding their ego while quietly tethering their success to yours. If they root for you, it's because they feel like they're part of your journey. And then there's the social arena. Promotions are often decided outside meeting rooms. In casual conversations over coffee, at company events, or during quick catch-ups. Don't skip these moments. They aren't trivial. They're where personal rapport cements professional support. Even if you hate these social events, show up. Smile. Listen more than you speak, but when you do, make sure what you say lingers. Let's talk misdirection. Sometimes the best way to win is by pulling the spotlight elsewhere. When the competition gets too heated, subtly introduce a new contender. Maybe highlight the accomplishments of someone you know isn't a threat, but will draw attention. Sarah's been leading some great initiatives. She might be a solid fit for that role too. It dilutes the focus on your primary rival, while you continue operating in the background. But what if you're cornered? What if leadership starts leaning toward your rival? Here's the move. Create uncertainty about them without ever attacking directly. Mark's done great work, but I wonder how he'd handle cross-department collaboration. It's been a while since he worked with those teams. You aren't accusing. You're planting seeds of doubt. And seeds grow fast in environments where trust is currency. Understand this. Everyone wants something, even if they pretend they don't. Promotions aren't just about skills. They're about how well you navigate people's desires. Does your manager value loyalty? Reflect it. Do they crave innovation? Make sure you're seen brainstorming bold ideas. The fastest way to influence someone is to mirror what they subconsciously seek. There's a reason some people seem to climb faster than others. It's not because they're better. It's because they understand the game. The rival you're up against, they aren't just working harder, they're crafting a narrative where they are the inevitable choice. And unless you start controlling the same narrative, you'll always be one step behind. This isn't manipulation, it's survival. You're not sabotaging anyone, you're positioning yourself strategically. The difference lies in intention. Those who do this maliciously often burn bridges, but when done right, you become indispensable. And when the time comes for promotions, the decision isn't just easy, it feels natural to everyone involved. So, remember this, the corporate world isn't fair, but fairness was never the point. It's about perception, influence, and playing your cards in silence. Let others fight the obvious battles. You'll win the ones they never see coming. Thanks for tuning in to Sophisticated Simplicity. Keep playing. Keep winning.